Hello everybody. In this guitar lesson I'm going to teach you to play Imagine by John Lennon. I'll start by showing you the chords, then I'll give you a strumming pattern, and then I'll show you how you can use fingerpicking to make your guitar part sound a little bit like the piano on the John Lennon record. But let's start with the chords. The verse of Imagine starts on the chord of C9. That's like a regular C, but you're just going to put your little finger on the second string 3rd fret on the note of D there. That gives the chord of C9. And you're going to play 3 beats on that C9. Imagine this. Now, if you want to, you can play a regular C, that'll work as well. Imagine this. So it's up to you. The C9 is definitely there in the piano part, but you can get away with a regular C if you want to. But the 4th beat of that bar, you're going to play a C major 7. Now, what you do to get to that C major 7, it's very easy. Just take off your little finger if you were playing the C9, or your index finger if you were playing the regular C, so that the 2nd string is open, and that's your C major 7 chord. So let me play that first bar for you. Imagine there's no... And then our next bar is on the chord of F major. Heaven. And the second line is exactly the same as the first. So start with C9, then to C major 7, then to F. It's easy if you try. Same thing for the next line. No hell below us. And again for the next line. Above us only sky. So before we move on to the last 2 lines of the verse, let's practice those first 4 lines together. Imagine there's no heaven, it's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. I'll give you a count of 4 and then come in and play it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Now the next line of the song is Imagine all the people. And in that line of the song, we really want to play a bass rundown. That's what you hear on the piano. Now, because we're a guitar, we haven't got all of the notes that a piano has, so we're going to have to play it a little bit differently. But let me show you how. So let's look at that Imagine all the people line now. So we're going to start with an F major. 2 beats on that. Imagine. Now in the bass there, we've got that F on the 6th string, 1st fret. Imagine, so 2 beats on F major. Now next we want to run down to E in the bass, 6th string open, and we're going to play an A minor chord over that. So this chord will be A minor over E, because you can play the E in the bass. 2 beats on that A minor over E. So far we have this F. Imagine A minor over E. Now from that E we really want to go down to a D, but this is where we run out of room on the guitar, so we can't obviously go lower than that open E on the 6th string without retuning. So what we're going to do instead is play the D on the 4th string open there, and we're going to play a chord of D minor 7, this chord. People, so 2 beats on that. And then from that D at the 4th string open, we want to go down to a C in the bass now. And to do that, you're going to put your ring finger here on the 5th string, 3rd fret. And that gives you a D minor 7 over C chord. Now when I play that chord, quite naturally what happens is my ring finger actually mutes the 4th string, which doesn't really matter. I think that sounds fine. So let me play that rundown for you then. Remember, it's going to be from F major to A minor over E to D minor 7 to D minor 7 over C. Let me play it for you. Imagine all the people. Okay, I'm going to give you a count of 4 and then play along with me playing that line. Imagine all the people. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Imagine all the people. Okay, and for the next line, which is living for today, we're going to go to a G major for the first 3 beats of that line. Living for, and then the last beat of that line is going to be on C over G major. So to get to that chord, you're just going to take your middle finger off of the 5th string there and put it on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and take your index finger and put that on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and that gives you your C over G. So 3 beats on G major and then 1 beat on C over G. Living for 2, and then we go to G7 for a bar for 4 beats. Today, and then you have another verse which is exactly the same as the first verse, and then you're going to be into the chorus. So the chorus starts with 2 beats on F major. You may, and then 2 beats on G major. Say I may. Now we have an interesting bar, and it's going to sound like this. Dreamer. So in that bar of 4 beats, there are 4 different chords. The first chord is C major. The next chord is C major 7, so just remove your index finger from the 2nd string. The next chord is E major, and the final chord is E7. Just put your little finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret there to get that. So that bar again, C major 7, E major, E7. Okay, so let me play you that line then. You may say I'm a dreamer. You may say I'm a dreamer. Now what you want to do on those last 2 chords, the E major and the E7, on the E major, make sure you play all 6 strings so you can hear that top string ringing. And then on the E7, don't play the top string, just play down as far as the 2nd string so you can hear that D there ringing out. Okay? Okay, so that little figure, F to G, and then a bar of C, C major 7, E, E7, that repeats 3 times. So play those 3 times with me now. I'll give you a count of 4 and then we'll come in together. 1, 2, 3, 4. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us. And then the final line of the chorus, and the world will be as one, is slightly different. Still starts on the F major, and still goes to the G major. World will be as, and then we're just going to stay on the C now. So let's try playing through that chorus together then. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one. I'll give you a count of 4 and then we'll go through it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope one day you will join us, and the world will be as one. Okay, I'm going to show you some strumming for Imagine and also some finger picking. But just before I do that, let me say, if you've been enjoying this lesson, please do hit the like button. And also, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe so that you'll be notified of all the future videos that I release. Now, if you're going to play Imagine with a pick, then I suggest you try and make it sound a bit like this. Let me demo it for you first, and then I'll show you what I'm doing. So here's the demo. Imagine there's no heaven. It isn't hard to do. Now, if you think about the recording of Imagine, it's got that really iconic piano part on it. And in the piano part, it's got a very gentle kind of almost like rocking backwards and forwards motion between the middle notes on the right hand and the bass on the left hand. And we want to try and bring a little bit of that into our strumming, I guess. So I'm going to zoom in now on my right hand and show you how I'm doing that strumming. Now my left hand is in a chord of C9 to start with, but we're not going to worry too much about the left hand just now. We're going to focus on the right hand, the hand with the pick in it here. And what that hand is going to do is it is going to play 8 downstrokes in every bar. So it's going to play on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm going to try and make it sound a bit like this. Imagine there's no heaven. So what I'm trying to do there is on the first downstroke I'm mainly hitting strings 4, 3 and 2 but gently, playing gently. And then on the second downstroke I'm playing 5th string, at least starting on the 5th string, a bit for the 5th and the 4th, maybe a little bit of the 3rd. So I'm trying to get some of that rocking backward and forward motion effect that you hear on the piano really. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. Now I think Imagine can sound pretty nice with a pick, as I just demonstrated, but if you want to get even more authentic, to the extent that you can do that, you can try finger picking it, and the sort of effect you can get is a little bit like this. Let me play you a little bit and see what you think. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. So what I'm doing there really is just getting that rocking backwards and forwards motion or effect that you hear on the piano. And the way of doing that is just, you're going to play, I'd say mainly the middle strings. So on that first C chord, play strings 4 and 3. You can do it with your index finger on 4 and your middle finger on 3. And then rock backwards and forwards between those 2 strings and the 5th string, which you're playing with your thumb. And you kind kind of copying the piano sound that way. And then remember on the fourth beat you want the C major 7, so take your index finger off to leave the 5th string open, and then play strings 4, 3 and 2 with your index finger, middle finger and your ring finger respectively, and then 5th string with your thumb again. So you've just got this kind of effect. And you can do the same thing if you want the C9, put your little finger there on the 2nd string 3rd fret, and again play strings 4, 3, 2 with your index, middle and ring fingers, and rock backwards and forwards against the 5th string on your thumb. Take your little finger off to leave the 2nd string open, and then when you go to that F chord, you can do a kind of spread, playing from that 6th string, the bass F there, and then strings 4, 3, 2 with your index, middle and ring fingers, and then rock backwards and forwards to the 5th string on the thumb. That's the note of C, that's what the piano does, and then keep on going between those 3 fingers and the thumb. So like that. Now if you want to, on the verse part of Imagine, you can build in those little runs that happen in the bass on the piano, which you can do it in 2 places. There, that's just on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, hammer onto 3rd fret, hammer onto 4th fret. The notes are A, B flat, B. Or you can do it on the 5th string in the bass, so they're open, hammer onto 1st fret, hammer onto 2nd fret, like that. So you build that in between the F chord and the C chord, like this.